Hey everybody, we are tuned in to the 2023 SOMIFA Super Bowl between the New York Jets, coached by Tom Cook, and the Las Vegas Raiders, coached by Jeff Bevier. Just getting underway here. Let me share this out. Both these coaches will be looking for their first SOMIFA title. Tom's won SSFA a couple times, I think. I'm not sure about Jeff. I don't think he's won one, so one of these guys will be a first-time SOMIFA champion. And here we go. Touchback on the kickoff. And the Jets will start at their own 25. Let me pull up the league file from the regular season to see if these two teams have played before. Okay, crossing patterns. DJ Moore, 3-minute zone, guessed right. Long gain, hits the 12. It's fumbled though, but the offense gets it back. Who was hustling down the field to pick that up? DJ Moore picked up his own fumble. 37-yard gain, and it'll be first and 10 at the 38 of the Raiders. So receiver reading, notches on that long gain, and big plays, turnovers, and good defensive calls. That's what will decide today's game. If you put 4 men in zone instead of the long gain, well, actually, it wouldn't really matter. It was a receiver reading either way. Off tackle left to McCaffrey, guessed wrong. 65 yards. So the edges are being kind to Tom Cook as he searches for that first SOMIFA title. He hits a receiver reading that hits boxcars on DJ Moore's card. Then the very next play, he hits a guess wrong run for 65 yards. And in 2 plays, the Jets are in the end zone and they take the early 7-0 lead as the extra point is kicked through the uprights. So the Jets finished the regular season 13-4. See if they played Las Vegas. They did. They beat Las Vegas 37-14. But Las Vegas is quite capable. They have a really good offense too. I had trouble stopping. There's Justice Hill with a 37-yard return, taking the ball out to their own 38. Not a bad start there, he says. If you look at the box score, 2-play drive, both of them on the other highlights reel. DJ Moore for 37. Oh, no, just the DJ Moore's on there. The Christian McCaffrey's not on there because it was a touchdown. So 38-yard by McCaffrey, 37-yard pass. CJ Stroud is the quarterback for the Jets. The Raiders are led by Lamar Jackson. They go to a blocking back halfback set with a shotgun. Ertz is in the backfield as a blocking back. Marquise Brown and Puka Nacua are the wideouts. Off tackle right to Moss. Guess wrong, picks up 2. The Jets led the league in scoring with 458 points. So getting off to a fast start is not surprising. They gave up 367 in the regular season. The Raiders scored almost a similar amount at 427, and they gave up a little bit less at 350. The button hook to Zach Moss. Nobody was in the zone. He picks up 10. So first and 10 at the midfield. This might be one of those back and forth high scoring affairs. Short pass to Ertz. It's going to gain 11. Open up my cell. Both these quarterbacks were, I think, within the top 5. Let's take a look at the SOMIFA rosters. The Ed's ratings show Lamar Jackson is the second best quarterback in the set. CJ Stroud is the fourth best quarterback in the set. And running backs, McCaffrey's number 1. Curl to Puka is going to be a dump off for 6 yards. Second and 4th, 33. Both these coaches will have average as their defensive cards in the Super Bowl. First one for the Jets goes 2 through 6 from the 33 to the 39. The Raiders kicker, Justin Tucker, is solid inside the 32, but not so good from the 33 to the 37. Screen right to Moss being keyed. It's going to be a long game, but I don't think Moss can go that far. So let's see how far he can go. Takes it inside the 10, 26 yards. There was nobody in the zone. The Raiders have very good pass blocking crew to back up Lamar Jackson. 4-7, 6-7, 6-5, 6-7, 6-7. So 4 7s and a 5. And the Jets, one of their strongest aspects is their pass rush. Bryce Huff is a 12. Sean Gary's a 12 as a linebacker. Quiddy Pay's a 12. Huff is in there now. Off tackle right, 2-minute zone. Guess wrong. It's going to pick up 3. Second and 4. Moss's card is good. Ranked 16th according to NFL Head. Short pattern to Ertz. Guessed wrong. 4-minute zone. It's going to be incomplete. Third and goal up to 4. Jackson off to a quick start. 2, 4, 5, 53 yards. Justice Hill's a nice little card. We'll see him more in the second half where he's probably unlimited. Moss in there in the bottom back halfback set. Lamar Jackson has 7 end runs, and they're very good. If they're guessed wrong. If they're guessed right, it's another story. So you might see Tom Kessing run here more than he normally would, just because of the quarterback he's facing. Slant to Evan Ingram. Guessed right. 3-minute zone. Covered by 4. It's a must run down to the 1. 2 through 7, that would have been a touchdown. 4th and goal to 1. You got to think with, we talked about the pass blocking, but the run blocking, they're all 6s. That's why he's not really going to that full house like he is now, because he doesn't need to boost his run rating for his O-line. Look at the guest right card. Lamar Jackson can sneak it in. Zach Moss has a very good guest right card for this set. Normal guest linebacker card for Jackson. Tom says bad move. Jeff says probably. But you beat me so bad last time. It was 37-14. So he's not looking to fall too far behind. So you got to think that sneak to Lamar Jackson or sneak to linebacker to Moss. Could throw it too, but Puka's covered by 4. Tom might key Jackson, key Moss, call pass, hoping to catch him trying to pass it. He's got a decent chance for a sack. It's a sneak to Lamar Jackson. He's keying Hill. That's going to be a touchdown. 2 through 10 touchdown. And this extra point by Tucker will tie it. So he would have had to have keyed Jackson to stop it. Guess right, he was in. Guess wrong, he's in. Touchback. So here we go. Big play Jets. Start at the 25 again. Off tackle left to McCaffrey. Guess wrong. Short gain. Is going to bring McCaffrey's average per carry down a little bit. Yep, it's down to 26.5. I think you can get by on that. Inside run McCaffrey. So Jeff's ignoring the run, and McCaffrey's saying, "Thank you very much. I'll just keep picking up chunk plays down to the 41." Let's go over to the form to make sure that was posted there. Inside run to McCaffrey. Another pass call. And another short game on McCaffrey's card. Brings that average down to 22 yards per carry. 4 runs for 88 yards. Going back 2 tight set. Ayuk and Moore are the receivers, both covered by 5. Andrews is the tight end, covered by 5. Inside run McCaffrey, guessed wrong, but there's a man in the zone. And this time is stuffed for no gain, as a block of the left guard doesn't make the play. 4 against the 6. Pass rush for the Jets. Pass blocking for the Jets. 4-5. Sideline left to Moore. Guess right. Picks up 3. 37. So we got 4-5, 0-4, 6-4, 4-5, and 5-7. So only 1-7. McCaffrey's a 0. So Jeff, it might be wise for him to show some blitz and bring some pressure, try to get a strip sack against these Jets. McCaffrey in there in a 3 wide, 1 tight set. McCaffrey is a very good receiver. He can go deep. He's covered by 4. Has his Cooper Kupp, who splits out to the 3rd wide out. Inside run to McCaffrey, and that's going nowhere. He's doubling Kupp, so that'll set up a field goal for McPherson. Kick is up. Kick is good. 10-7 Jets. After the touchback, it's 1st and 10 at the 25. Square out. Right to Puka Nacua being double covered by the free safety. And that goes nowhere. It would have been probably a negative play. Yes, right. Oh, incomplete. Usually there's that -1 on 2 or 12 for these quarterbacks. 2nd and 10. Curled to Nacua, goes right back to him, gets wrong. Long gain, they both have gotten long gains early. This one goes for 35, down to the 40 of the Jets. That's Nakua's first catch of the game. Slant to Ingram. Some pass rush possibilities here, but it's not. It's a white dive. Black Diamondbacks. That picks up 11 on Lamar Jackson's must run card. First step to 29. So 3 and 4 is in the deep defensive backfield. Left tackle right to Zach Moss, gets wrong, picks up 2. Various Ward is a 6. Besides that, you got Rudy Ford at 4, Jaquan Brisker at 4, and Byron Murphy at 4. And run right to Lamar. Gets wrong, but there's a man in the zone, and that's going to make the play. Offensive onside, and Ingram couldn't make the block. Nate. Mitchell checks in. So the Jets try to run for it on 3rd and similar distance at a similar spot on the field on their last drive. Hit the dreaded 5. We got a snap fumble there 2 plays ago. 4 against the 1. Crossing pattern to Marquise Brown, calling run, 4-minute zone though. 13 yards and a first down. So Tom was thinking the same thing, but maybe he's going to run with Jackson or use the Keaton Mitchell guy. And instead he throws it and picks up the first. 1st and 10 at the 14. Raiders looking to take an early lead. Take their first lead of the game. Off tackle left. Moss picks up 6. It was a draw play. Second and 4 at the Jets 8. Snap fumble. I told you he only has a 1. The second play, that was a 4 before. Now he coughs it up. 1 in the 1,000 play. Let's go set a 3rd and 11. Gonna copy the file. Same thing as if you're in a shotgun, you have a snap fumble. Pistol or shotgun. Loses 7. Okay, 3 wide against 3-3-5. Mitchell's in the backfield again. Michael Wilson replaces Zach Ertz. Let's see if he throws it, decides to try to run it. Crossing pattern to Marquise Brown, incomplete, and they'll have to settle for a field goal. So out comes Justin Tucker. And he misses it. He's in a heap of trouble off the field. That must have affected his concentration. And it slips off the side of his foot. And he misses the 2 through 10. Those are the kind of plays that can decide a championship. So the Jets will take over at throw 22. Off tackle left to McCaffrey. Okay, strong. And another short gain. McCaffrey's got to be over 100 by now. Yep, just peaked 102. 7 runs for 102. 14.6 average. Inside run McCaffrey, gets wrong. Picks up 12, makes a block of the center, Drew Dahlman. McCaffrey in the blocking back halfback, ball near midfield. And it's going to be a flat pass. McCaffrey picks up 8. Flowers. Third and 2. That was a square end, incomplete, as if for DJ Moore. Roshan Johnson checks in. You wouldn't think he'd ever replace Christian McCaffrey, even in short yardage situations, but Johnson must have a better calling or two. Guessed right anyway. It's a bomb to Morey. Juked him into calling run and then threw it over the top. All those pass calls with McCaffrey picking up gains, he brings in Roshan Johnson, and that garners the respect to get him a pass call. Or to give him a run call. Get him to call run. Stroud 4 or 5 for 82 yards. Full house. Roshan Johnson and McCaffrey in the backfield. IU covered by a 5. Tackle left to Johnson. Guess wrong man in the zone. He's going to lose 2. Second and goal at the 11. Two tights, 2 wides now. Conklin replaces Patrick Ricard. 4-3 showing blitz. Slant to Conklin. Cover by 4. Plus 14. Guessed right on Stroud's card. Touchdown. Jets back on top. After the touchback, the Raiders will start at their own 25. Draw left. It's going to pick up 11. Six-yard pickup. I said back on top of the Jets. They were already up 10-7 thanks to the missed field goal by Tucker. So, and now have a 2-score lead. Imperative that the Raiders get some points on this drive. Screen left to Moss. 1 man in zone. This right. Picks up 7. It's another first down near midfield. Raiders are on the move. Bomb to Marquise Brown. Single cover by 6. He was double covering McCool. It's a long gain on Lamar Jackson's card, 37 yards. Guess right. Doesn't matter that he's covered by 6 if you land on the quarterback's card. First and 10 down to the Jets 14. 3-4 showing blitz. Off tackle right to Moss. Picks up 8. Rob Havens seen 6, matches the white die 6. Second and 2 at the 6. Three, 4 not showing blitz. Slant to Ingram. Guessed right. Cover by 4. 10 yards on Ingram's card, and it's now a 3-point game. Pending the extra point. And that's good. A happy inning this time for Tucker. And there's a touchback. Jets take over. They haven't been stopped yet. Let's look at the ball position. Jets had the ball 3 times prior to this. Touchdown, field goal, touchdown. Neither of the Raiders really. Touchdown, missed field goal, touchdown. Michael Reese says it's a track meet. I think he's watching on the YouTube channel. Come join the fun, Michael, if you want to be my colored commentator. Crossing better to DJ Moore. 3 minute zone, guess right. It's going to pick up 11. Stroud 6-7 so far from 104. And we know McCaffrey's over 100 yards, so 114 or something like that. So the Jets offense is firing on all cylinders. Fly to Brandon Ayuk, defender, excellent long game. 5, AJ Terrell matches the white tie 5, so makes a play. Only Stroud's second incomplete of the game. So the defensive line for the Raiders: 0-10 Dorrance Armstrong, 4-12-1 Ed Oliver, 4-5 Osa Adebawaza, and 5-4 Dietrich Wise. That was a guess wrong short pass to McCaffrey, plus 15. So you had it with a lot of pass calls early, and McCaffrey was taking advantage. Now it's switched around. Stroud's putting some throws up against the guess wrong calls. Hey, Michael.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Yeah, feel free to chime in. 2nd and 9 here after a 1-yard run. Guard couldn't make the block. So, how did you do against the Jets and the Raiders this year?
I'll have to look to see what I did against the Raiders, but I was trying to make a run in the last quarter to make the playoffs, and I had to beat some really good teams, and Tom was one of them. He just got terrible rolls. That's really what it was. Wasn't any skill.
Well, it's a tough offense to stop.
Yes.
Like we may have gotten a couple of breaks there too.
Yeah.
Third and 6 here at the 45. Neither of these guys have like the really premium field goal kickers that are unique in this set. Probably be there again next year, but none of these guys that are like 2 through 10 out to the 39 or 40. They have mere mortals for kickers. Inside run to McCaffrey, guess wrong. This is going to be a short gain, but containment will be broken because he's not a 6 against the run. So that white die 3 opens things up and takes it inside the 30. McCaffrey's been going crazy. He's hitting short gain after short gain. I don't know if you saw his.
Yeah. How did you do against the clubs?
I should have beat the Jets. I missed like 3 field goals or something like that. It was really crazy. And then there's a 6-yard pickup, guess wrong. Against Las Vegas, I don't think I played him this year. Yeah. Oh, no, I did. Lost 35-25. So I lost to both teams.
Huh.
But I definitely had trouble stopping each of their offenses. Some really good offenses. Yeah, I was up 17-7 on the Raiders, and then they broke off 28 straight points to go up 35-17, and that was it. Got a late touchdown to make it respectable, 35-25. There's a 6-yard pickup to Mark Andrews. I think that's his second catch of the game. But this one, I'll show you this one against the Jets, 17-16. I missed 2 fourth quarter field goals, one from 41, one from 38. I think they're both like 2 through 9 or 2 through 10.
Man.
And the last one coming with like just a few minutes left in the game, 2 minutes left in the game. But who knows? Even if I would have got the field goals, he could have come back and won it. 4-3 showing blitz, 1st and 10 at the 15. Sideline left to Moore. He's going to pick up 11 down to the 4, 1st and goal.
I beat the Jets 26-13. I scored 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter to win, so he must have had some lousy luck to have only 13 points.
Yeah. Tom's had Jeff totally guessing wrong all day today. And that's made it easy for the Jets offense to pick up chunk plays. There's a guess right run, one of the few, and it's still going to be a touchdown. Full House boosted the left guard's rating from a 4 to a 5, and that makes it 24-14 pending the extra point. 23-13 pending, I should say. And the kick is good. And it's 24-14 with 3 minutes to go. Now, the Jets got the ball first. So the Raiders will get the ball first coming out of the break. And if they can get a score here, they could potentially tie it up early in the third quarter. Let's see what happens here. Antonio Gibson checks in. The Raiders go 3 wide. Crossing pattern of Brown. Covered by a 6. Looking for that must run on Jackson's card, maybe. It's going to be a dump off. 6 yards and maybe 2nd and 4. Yeah, McCaffrey makes a big difference. You're going to garner more run calls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had 129 on me. 6 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think he has 129 already in the first half here.
Yeah.
Look at the box score. Yeah, McCaffrey 139. There's a correct double team bomb to Michael Wilson. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Brings Moss back in a blocking back halfback set in the pistol formation. Screen right to Moss. Nobody there. It's got potential. 10 yards and the first down. He's not trying to get out of bounds, though, but he wouldn't have gotten out of bounds anyway with a white die 5. But maybe he was just worried about not making it. That takes us to the 2-minute warning. 1st and 10 out to the 41. So are you and Duke calling the Autumn Win Super Bowl later?
Anybody who wants to join, sure.
Nice. Score out left to Puka Nacua. Picks up 6. Gets out of bounds. 1:52 to go. 2nd and 4. Jackson's having a nice day too. 12 of 16 for 173. He did have a fumble snap. One out of 1,000 chance that kind of derailed the drive. It took it from what would have been 3rd and 4 to. Oh, there's a bomb to Nacua. Guessed right. Incomplete. Yeah, it would have been 3rd and 4 inside the 6 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it said it was 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, something like that. And that they weren't able to convert it, and they had to settle for a field goal. That was when he made the field goal, not the one he shanked it. That was the subsequent drive. Off tackle right to Moss. Guessed wrong. Gets the first down. 1st and 10 in Jets territory. See if he goes hurry up.
You know, I was looking at the team previews just to see just how far both these teams have come. I think that Tom's team, and again, the ranking isn't the be-all, end-all, but it's pretty close, actually. You get a pretty good idea of what your team has. 16 out of 24 for the Jets.
Oh, on the numbers rating?
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't always tell the tale because you have such good skill players. You know, that you got to factor that in.
Mm-hmm.
The 10-yard pickup. But yeah, I think the Raiders have the advantage on the offensive line. That's been helping them today.
Does Tom have a lot of pass rush?
He does. He's got a couple of 3-12s. So he's got Bryce Huff at left defensive end, Rashawn Gary at linebacker, and Kwity Paye at right defensive end. Curled in Nacua, single covered, 4-minute zone. Intercepted! It's the card. And that's going to derail that drive, keep this a 2-score game, and give the Jets a chance to widen that lead.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ones you're like, God, I should have been going deep. Covered by 4, defender X. The 4 against the 5 would have been a long game with the free safety doubling someone else.
Mm.
But I said earlier in the broadcast, big plays and turnovers. So far, they've favored the Jets. Pitch out right to McCaffrey. There's a 0 defensive in there. Picks up 6. Does not get out of bounds. not a disaster for the Raiders. They can hold them here, get the ball back at the beginning of the second half, and get it back to a one-score game. It's still a ball game. But they need to keep the Jets off the board here in the last.
Yeah.
Game. Six free safety and 5 everywhere else in the defensive backfield. Quick out left to Mark Andrews. He is going to pick up 4. No, he's going to lose a yard.
Oop.
Defender is a 5 and the white die is a 5. So defender -1 or +4. That brings containment back into play. Let's see if the Raiders use a timeout. They do not.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised he didn't call timeout there.
Well, it's tough because if he converts this, then you've just given him a couple extra plays to get points on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not a bad idea to try to conserve time to maybe get lucky and get a long play before the half. Let's see what happens here. 3rd and 5 certainly makeable for the Jets. It's not like it was 3rd and 11 or 3rd and 12. Curl to Ayuk. Single covered by a 5. And the defender gets beat. White die 6 against the defender 5, so it's a good thing he didn't use a timeout.
Yep.
Gets out of bounds. 22 seconds left. Jets out to the 39.
You have your championship coming up here in just a few hours. When's the last championship game you played?
I don't know. I have to think about that.
Yeah.
It may be a
Autumn wind?
no. I've had several before then, but I don't think I had one in the last set. I'm trying to think. Deep to McCaffrey, covered by a 4. Interception split. It would have been a pick if he would have left the free safety home, but he moved him to double. Yeah, last year's set was not a good set for me. This year's set is much better with Russell Wilson. I think a good card.
How about Zeb and Strat-O-Matic, 15-1, chance to repeat as champion? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's got a great team. I mean, great coaches him up too. So.
Yeah.
Bomb to Moore, single covered. And the white die 6 beats the defender 5 again, bringing it to field goal range. Jets will use another timeout. So 8 seconds left. One play. Before he tries to kick a field goal. Let's look at his kicker. I think he's decent from this range. 2 through 7. 33 to 39. If he gets a couple more yards, he's in the 2 through 10 range. Stroud, 13 to 16 for 178. Let's see if he goes for a run here. No, he's going to try to go big. And he gets sacked out of range. Oh my. Out of Oliver. Gets home. Probably was thinking that Jefferson McCall run, and he'd have a free shot at the shorter long pass. Uses his last time out. 2nd and 20 from the 44. So this is Even with a -5 adjustment, he'd barely be in range. So let's see what he does here. This will be the last play of the half. 4 wide. Take a shot deep, or will he go for like a flat, hoping to hit an abandoned zone? And he does go to the short pass, screen right. I'm looking to get that long gain on the D card, but 7, and that'll be it. So 24-14. Jets on top, and the Raiders will get the ball first. All right, they're rolling on. Get down to the 8. Justice Hill's got a great return card, so he'll bring this out. And he fumbles it. Recovered by the Jets. Oh my. Big plays and turnovers, and they're again favoring the Jets today. They try to advance it. It's going to lose a yard, but they'll have the ball at the 39 of the Raiders. Now you can't blame him for wanting to return that. He's got a short kick out to the 8. If you look at that return card for Justice Hill, 41 on 6, 42 on 9, so he's got chunks of numbers there. But he hit the fumble rating +30, which is his worst roll. And the Jets get another chance to expand their lead. And it's Sack looking for a flat to Andrews, and Ed Oliver does the damage again. 37% chance of a sack. 6. Only a 2-yard loss, though. Roshan Johnson's now in the game. Give McCaffrey a break, but look for a run here. Off tackle to Roshan's a nice column. There it is. He's going to pick up 6, and that'll be 3rd and 6 at the 35. Now, we were in this position just a few minutes ago, and he decided to throw for it, got sacked out of field goal range. Let's see if he decides to take a different tact and maybe run it on 3rd down just to get in that variable range. Move this from a 2 through 8 to a 2 through 10. Johnson stays in there blocking back halfback.
What do his linebackers look like, run defense wise?
Good question. 4.6 for Leo Chenal, 5.57 for Levante David, and 4.4 for Kaliki Hudson. So he's not going to run over here at Chenal. He's going to run up the middle.
Yep.
Probably won't chance an end run in case the run call comes. Inside run to Roshan, but the run call, the linebacker in the zone, the right guard can't make the block. +6 or +2. He only gets 2. So this is an interesting situation here. Will he go for it on 4th and 4, or will he kick the field goal, hoping that even with the variable, still you're looking at like a 70% chance from here. Kick is up. Kick is good. Did not get the adjustment, but he didn't need it. He got the 7. I said 2 through 8. This is 2 through 7, but still good enough. Over 50%. And that makes it a 27-14 lead.
Yeah, that was best case scenario. Well, I mean, I guess it could have been a missed field goal, but
yeah,
still only a 2-score game.
So you need points here. You need a touchdown here, really, would be ideal. is a 3-yard pickup on first down.
Has Jeff played for a SOMIFA championship?
I don't think so. I think whoever wins today is going to be their first SOMIFA championship. Tom's won SSFA a couple times, but
yeah,
it'll be his first SOMIFA win. Moss is double covered or thrown into 2-minute zone and picks up 2 3rd and 5. Stays in the base set.
Oh,
Gonna get 3. 4th and 2. What do you do here?
no hesitation.
He's going for it. I like it.
I do too. I like it, and the NFL's starting to like it too. Oh, you got it. There you go.
Offensive onside tackle. Remember, he's got all those 6s up there. He missed that one test with the when he ran, and the offensive onside tackle was a 4. But anyway, he went to the strong side this time.
What did Tom call there?
He called pass, but he had a man in zone. Four-yard pickup, guessed wrong on first down. 2nd and 6 out to the Raiders 43. Crossing pattern to Marquise Brown. Throwing more to Brown than you might otherwise throw at somebody who's covered by a 6, just because he gets those must-run chances. If they're double covered, you're looking at an incomplete. So, not worried about force feeding it to Nakua. Fly to Nakua, speaking of force feeding. Trying to catch him doubling somewhere else. And that was a 5 against what was a normal coverage guy of a 4. So could have worked out, but just Tom's not letting him up. We haven't seen anything to Ertz today. There's one. Covered by a 0. And it's a 23-yard run. Jackson scampers and gets it inside the red zone. Or at least near the red zone. 8 runs today for Jackson for 58 yards. You think Lamar Jackson would have he's got a good mushroom card, but you think he'd have an even better one?
Yeah, you get to 7 and it's only a 5. Prescott's got a really good card.
Going deep. Picks up 3 on the must run. I think Russ and Justin Herbert have better must-run columns than Jackson does in this set. 2nd and 7 at the Jets 21. End run right to Lamar Jackson. We finally see one of those, and that's going to pick up 4. Offensive onside in. Evan Ingram was a 4. Whitehead was a 5. 33.
Yeah, I really missed that in Strat 28 this year. The Josh Allen's must-run card wasn't nearly as crazy as it was last year.
Yeah, definitely toned down. Allen's was not even worth using at times.
I can count the number of end runs on that I threw maybe on one hand the entire season. This wasn't worth it.
Quick out left, 2-minute zone. Guess wrong. My card, your card. Gets it on the D card. And I still think you're going for it here.
You are going for it here, no doubt. You are.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll go with this.
Yeah, you're down 2 touchdowns. There's still a lot of time left, but you'd love to take advantage of this field position. The down and distance is makeable. 4th and 2. I mean, I could see a field goal. I guess field goal getting it to 10 is not bad. Oh, button hook to Moss. Oh, it goes on the quarterback's card. 2 men were in the zone. So Jeff gets a break there. Let's see if he can cash it in.
I can't remember on a 7 on the D card if that's a catch or not. If that's that 1 or
no.
2 yard gain.
No, it's not. It's nothing.
It's a blank. Big old blank.
Plus 1 is on like the 4 or something like that.
Well, he needed a break. He's had some.
Yeah, so there's a
turnover
plus 2 on a 6, plus 1 on a 4. So 7 was incomplete.
On a 6, yeah, I couldn't remember if it was a 6 or 7.
Curled in Nakua, double covered, incomplete. Maybe this is a time for a Jackson must run.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea of throwing to Ertz or Moss here so you get the benefit of that must run rather than dealing with a double team.
A 6 and a 7 is a short gain on the end run. 3-4 showing blitz. Problem is Tom's going to have somebody in one of those end run, in each of those end run zones.
He should.
Because of the threat of more slant to Ingram. Double covered by a linebacker. Incomplete. 3rd and goal to 9. Touchdown on end run.
Yeah, 2 really cool 4th down conversions. You'd hate to see this end in a field goal.
Yeah, I think if you're 4th and goal to 9, you're kicking a field goal.
Yeah, for sure.
Keith Mitchell's got some short gains on off tackles. 3-3-5 not showing blitz. How about a short pass to Ertz? Throw it to Brown.
Yeah.
Keep the must runs in play.
Anybody not Nakua?
It's going to Brown. 3-minute zone.
Good call.
Incomplete. Hit the interception spot. So now you've got to kick the field goal.
Yeah.
I think it's too far to go. 27-17, 10-point lead. You're in this. Yeah, you haven't gotten any breaks. Maybe just turn the ball over. Kick to the end zone. So big defensive series here for the Raiders. They need to get a stop. Inside running Johnson, guess wrong. 7. Second and 3. McCaffrey's back in the game. Inside run to him. The man in the zone. The center makes the block. Picks up 2. It would have been 3rd and 1. So good plug there by Jeff. McCaffrey, 13 runs for 147. It's been a short game fest when he's in there. This time it's Johnson again. Quick slant to Conklin. And the defender in the zone makes the play, bringing it 4th.
Oh, God, what a
David.
Huge play that was.
So let's see if Tom thinks about going for it here or with a 10-point lead, he punts it away.
I can't see that.
You've got 2 of the best right runners in the set. This would give Jeff a golden opportunity if he goes for it and doesn't make it. He's thinking about it. And he's going for it. Full house.
Wow.
It's got Johnson and McCaffrey in there. You can't really throw flat now.
Can't throw flat. Nope.
3-4 showing blitz. I mean, you could. You hope it goes in the quarterback's card, but I don't think that's what Tom's going to do. Maybe a short pass to Ayuk or a run to Johnson or McCaffrey up the middle. Off tackle left. Guess wrong. Nobody there. It's a dreaded 5.
Oh my gosh.
Is that just me, or does that seem to come up in those key spots more than it
Ugh.
should?
Holy cow.
Every other result was a first down.
Yeah. I'd have liked to have seen that window, the play percentage for that. That had to be in the 90s.
Yeah, well, you can tell 36 chances, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 31 out of 36, whatever that computes to.
That 85.
Yeah, or 32 out of 36, excuse me. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So no, 5. Yeah, that's right. So 31 out of 36.
Yeah, 8 out of 9, so 88%, right?
Yeah. There's a 5-yard pickup there, first down. 86%.
Whew. Yeah.
That could be one of those turning points that we look back on, especially if the Raiders come down and get this in the end zone. Short pattern to Ertz, double covered and sack. The pass rush for the Jets finally gets home. Quiddy Pay, asterisk rating of 2 against Zach Moss. Second and 14. Tackle right, guess right. Nobody there though. Nose tackle makes the play. Bobby Brown. It's his prerogative to make that stop, and he does. $18 seconds left in the third quarter. This will be the last play, I believe.
So you're saying he don't need permission to make his own decision?
That's it. You have more of a knowledge of the of Bobby Brown discography. 3rd and 10. Short pattern to Ertz, being double covered again. And it's going to be a must run. Oh, he's actually single covered because the linebacker assigned to coverage was coming on a blitz. So 4th and 5, this will make it a one-score game if the kick's good. And it is 27-20. So the unstoppable force of Tom's offense has hit a little bit of a snag here in the second half with just 3 points. Check that ball possession. So after going touchdown, field goal, touchdown, in the first half, and then getting into half when you're just running out of time, it's gone field goal and downs in the second half. This will be his third drive. Starts at his own 25 after the touchback. Roschon's in there. I don't think McCaffrey's low on carries. And as good as Roschon is, there's a 12-yard run right there. Center's block. I like McCaffrey on this side of the 50 just for the threat of his long plays. Roschon, will get you those short gains, but you like to have these plus 39, plus 65, plus 27, plus 23, plus 51. They're all over the place on the edges. Slant to Conklin's going to pick up 12. 1st and 10 out to the 49. Just going to get that 2-score lead back. Raiders looking to figure out a way to stop this team. Off tackle left gets wrong. Picks up 2. It's a good result for the Raiders. sure the coaches had the game plan of holding McCaffrey to under 200 yards. It's going to be close. 2nd and 8. Inside Raider territory. Out tackle left. Another run call. Playing with fire. It's a 5. Another pass call, actually. Against the run. Run call would have been -1. It would have been 3rd and 1. Now it's 3rd and 3. And you're likely in 2-down territory.
Well, that's a nice start.
Square out right to Ayuk, and he correctly doubles him. So 4th and 3. Can he come up with a 2nd consecutive turnover on downs? Or will the Jets decide to punt him deep and make him go drive the whole field? And he will do that. Goes from his aggressive call on the previous set of downs to punting it deep, and it looks like it's going to be a good one. It's going to pin him inside the 10 at the 9. But if you're the Raiders, you're happy. You've got another stump.
Yeah.
And if your offense can get some magic going, we could be looking at a tie game here heading to the 4th. Right, or in the 4th. We're already in the 4th. 1:42 to go in the regulation. It's a big series here. Short pattern to Ertz. A lot of pass rush coming. Must run on Jackson's card for 2. You're missing out on those Jackson end runs. You still have 5 left. You don't get any prize for taking those home with you. I'd like to see one of those brought out here. Maybe not on 2nd and 8 when he might sneak in a run call. No, he goes for the flight of Nakua. And again, it's the defender X or plus 27. If without the double team, that's a 27-yard pickup. Maybe more if the free safety was double teaming somewhere else. Leaving his own vacant 3rd and 8. Big 3rd down here. 3-3-5 showing blitz. See if he actually brings the heat. Or if he just is trying to use that as a false tell. He does bring the heat down out to Gibson. Incomplete. Dancing between the raindrops. Trademark Michael Reeves. Gets that 4 in between the plus 11 and the plus 13. And they will punt it.
Yep.
Jets defense comes up big.
Yeah, and he's rewarded for playing by the book, too.
That's an 11-yard return. He gets it pretty much back near Raider territory. Just a couple first downs away from a 2-score lead again. 4-3 show blitz. Got left to Andrews. He's going to pick up 9 on the receiver card. Great receiver card. It's been used more as a decoy today. That's his 4th catch for just 17 yards. 2nd and 1 for 42.
Well, that is a nice flat pass card. There's not a lot of garbage rolls on there at all.
Yeah. This runs even better. Full house. Against the 4-3. Off tackle left to McCaffrey. Gets wrong. He's going to pick up 6. 10 is a 36. Three showing blitz again. Inside runner McCaffrey's got the man in the right zone. That's going to hold it to a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8. Inside run to McCaffrey again with the guy in the zone. Hey, we hadn't seen one of those for a while. Short game to McCaffrey. Picks up 11. Just not enough run calls for Jeff today. McCaffrey up to 173. Quick slant to Andrews. 4. 2nd and 6. 7:12 left to go in regulation. Short yards to Johnson. Picks up 3. 3rd and 3. McCaffrey comes back in. Inside run to McCaffrey, guessed wrong. And he picks up 6. Run call there would have picked up 2 and made it 4th and 1. So 1st and goal to 10. 19 runs for 179 for Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah. I think he'll continue to run the rest of the way just to get that clock down to 4. Go up 2 scores. That's going to make it pretty rough.
Makes sense. Yeah, the last thing Tom needs is an interception here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Short pass to give life to the Raiders. Here's a run call. Linebacker makes a play for a 1-yard loss, 3rd and goal from the 5. Fourth three showing blitz against the full house. Another run call. Picks up 1. That'll bring up the field goal unit. And this, after the field goal, will give the Raiders the ball back down 10 with about a little under 4 minutes to go.
Yeah. That almost worked out better if you think about it for the Jets. Now they're up 2 scores and they took 2 more minutes off the clock. So
They did indeed.
it's the clock that's the enemy now, so much as the score.
Let's see how he approaches it. First blocking back halfback with Moss and Zach Ertz in the backfield. 6 carries left for Moss. 6 unfit carries, I should say. See if we can get an end run call in here. Jets are going 3-3-5, which you can do with under 5 minutes to go, right in 4th quarter. Not showing blitz. Crossing pattern to Marquise Brown. Guessed right. 10-yard pickup on Jackson's must run. Like you said, the clock is almost as big as the story as the score.
Yeah.
3:18 to go in regulation.
Yeah, that's the thing about that short pass, though. It's like you said. I mean, his card is good, but you think it'd be better for Lamar Jackson. And those are just little 10-yard pickups, and it's only a 50% shot to coin flip, or less than a coin flip, that he's even going to get that. He needs to go downfield pretty aggressively at this point.
Yeah, it goes 3 wide with Gibson in the backfield. Post to Evan Ingram, incomplete. Oh man, what's that there?
That's a good call. He's got to find guys that Tom isn't going to double team.
Yeah, I have a chance. Like that was a 6. Screen right to Moss. That's the only linebacker, the only place where a linebacker stayed home, but it's guessed wrong since Moss' normal coverage guy was double teaming. 3rd and 2 now. Does not get out of bounds. Couple first downs away from field goal range. Screen left to Moss. Guess wrong. 26 yards. Big play there. Gets him down to the 31. Guess right or wrong. 26 yard pickup. Good time for that. Ooh, uses a timeout there. I don't know if I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you could keep the timeout in your pocket. It's 2 minutes left. If you don't pick up the first down, you can kick a field goal, go for the onside kick. You still got your 3 timeouts left if you don't recover.
Yeah, I agree. I'm kicking the field goal there, getting your onside kick and trying to get him off the field.
Looks like
he did get out of bounds.
He did get out of bounds. Going hard for that touchdown now. Well, wouldn't that be... We've been harping on Strat that they need to change their onside kick recovery rules. It's so unlikely now in the NFL.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be something if the Raiders get a touchdown here, then recover the onside kick? A few pickups to get the first down. Incomplete here. 2nd and 10. 1:52 to go. In run. Finally, we get one. Run man's in the zone. Beats it on Lamar's card. And it's stuffed. That would have been a 12-yard pickup. What a plug by Tom. If you go the other way, that would have been a 12-yard pickup. It would have been 1st and goal inside the 10. 3rd and 12 now.
At least he was able to get out of bounds.
Yeah. Well, one thing it did is bring the long pass back into play. Lots of 4s here that Jeff can shoot at. He wants to try to go big. Michael Wilson, I don't think he has a catch today. Who has been double teamed correctly 3 or 4 times. Pass pattern around. Maybe a double. It's taking a little while. It is. He only gets 6, so does he get out of bounds? He does not.
That's worst case. No, worst case would have been a sack, but that doesn't help you. I don't think he can. I don't think he can go for it here. I think he's got to kick that field goal.
He didn't use the timeout. Trying to keep it alive with those 2 timeouts. And I think at that point you kind of have to use the timeout. So he's going to need to recover this onside kick. Otherwise, it's over.
Yeah.
Oh, he gets it. Gets a 12, and he's got life.
Wow.
Down 7 at his own 45, 2 timeouts left. I'm telling you, Strat, you need to change this onside kick rule.
Absolutely.
Make it era dependent. Keep it the same for all those other years. We have the percentages of how onside kicks have been recovered lately. It's not good.
16% chance on that card.
They're going to have to do some programming changes to it too, because remember, with the new rule, you can't even onside kick unless you're trailing it in the fourth quarter or something. Bombed Brown, single covered, picks up 11 on a must run. Does he get out of bounds?
No.
Call that timeout. You want to call the timeouts now because you want the dump off in play as long as possible. So don't go hurry up. Call the timeout. Didn't call the timeout.
Hurry up.
He spikes it. Still gives it. But the thing is, you want to have those dump offs in play. Curl to Puka, single cover. Incomplete. 3rd and 10.
Only 2 catches today.
Only 2 catches. He's been getting a lot of attention.
A lot of attention.
And we'll see a flat to Moss here as he might use those guys to double. They're coming in blitz. Slant to Ingram. 13 yards. Does he get out of bounds? Yeah, he does.
Yes.
30 seconds left. This is the last dump off opportunity. So after this, it'll have to be rolled on the quarterback's card. He really needs 3 short gains here to get the end zone. Slide to Nakua. Last dump off chance. Incomplete.
Another double.
Actually, that should have been a dump off. I guess I'm wrong. Maybe it's 37 seconds. It's the last time. 30 seconds and below, no dump off. So no more dump offs. 22 seconds left, 2 timeouts. What are you saving those timeouts for? You? That'd be nice to have that. That would have been
Must run, maybe.
Yeah, that's a good point. Crossing pattern to Brown. Single cover by 6, incomplete.
Now what are you doing with those timeouts? Well, he's got 3 plays left.
Long gain on a long pass. Guess right is a 3 or 12.
Yeah.
Maybe go back to a base formation and get one of these runs with Keaton.
Well, you just hate to lose that dump off. You're right.
Oh, Keaton only has 47 attempts. Double correct double team intercept. That's the.
There it is.
The Jets will need it out here. Let's see if I can get them on the broadcast. So great job. Tom brings it home.
Mm-hmm.
Some clutch calls there. Various Ward somehow snuck over from his normal coverage on on Marquise Brown and grab the ball. Jeff Brinclassi says, "Good game, Tom. If I'm going to lose the championship, losing to you has helped me a ton is the way to go." There's the last knee.
Wonder when's the last time a rookie quarterback won SOMIFA or SSFA? Excuse me. Yeah, be curious.
I think Mike Lennon, who Tom and I broadcast that championship, we were referring to him as the rookie Glennon, was definitely one. I'm not sure if there's been another one after that. Tom's going to join us in a minute.
I mean, usually when you're getting the best quarterback in the rookie class, you're pretty much rebuilding.
True, but he didn't earn that first-round pick, so to speak. He gave up a bunch of stuff to get up there. To make that pick. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's look at that. Let's see how this roster was made. Okay, I'll leave it open in case you want to look at the box. You can look at the box. So we got the box up here. So Jeff did good to hold him under 40. The Jets went 41 and 44 in their previous two playoff games. Let's look at these trades. Traded off Cushenberry for two thirds. Traded away linebacker. And here we go. So he traded away Kenny Clark, the 9th overall pick, the 23rd overall pick, New York Jets 2nd, Denver 2nd, Atlanta 2nd, and he got back the first overall pick.
Yo, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Go to sleep.
We're just going over your acquisitions for C.J. Stroud, because this is probably going to be like the first rookie that's won this SOMIFA championship or SSFA championship since Mike Lennon.
Well, this is SOMIFA. Mike Lennon was in SSFA.
Yeah, we were just saying in the SOMIFA family of leagues.
I got you.
First rookie quarterback to win a championship since the rookie Glennon SSFA. That you can remember.
I don't know. I'd have to think, but boy, it feels good.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Thank you. It only took me 20 years, Dennis.
Hey,
see,
just keep sticking with it. You'll get there eventually.
That's right, Dennis. If you're just patient, Dennis, and go through the draft, look how quickly you can make things happen.
So. Typically the person picking number 1 overall has a rebuilding team on their hand. You were not necessarily your normal powerhouse. You did have the 9th overall pick, so you had a rough year to begin with, but you're able to package all those other picks to move up to number 1 overall. So talk us through that acquiring C.J. Stroud. When did you make up your mind to do that, and how did those talks go, and did you have any competition that you know of?
Well, what was interesting is, obviously I'm not. Obviously, the last couple of years I have not been focused on Strat and preparing on Strat and all that stuff the way that I was for 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 years or whatever, in a long period of time where I was doing all that stuff. And So like, I'm not preparing for the rookies as much and stuff like that. So I had this team that really like was kind of like in nowhere's land. I wouldn't say the team had great young talent by any stretch of the imagination. They did have Christian McCaffrey, who had a great card, but also injury prone and for a running back starting to get a little older, right? And if you start thinking about things like that. And I did not have a franchise quarterback. I mean, who was I going to turn to for the future, Dennis? Sam Darnold? But anyway.
maybe so.
Yeah, but at the time, right? So, I knew that, and I like Stroud a lot. And, it's so funny because we're talking now after the NFL season, and Stroud did not have a great season, right? It wasn't awful, but he did not have a great season, certainly. And, I liked him a lot, and everything you read about him was the GMs were all gushing about him and stuff like that. And I kind of liked D'Amico Ryans and the setup they had in Houston and as an organization with, I think, the GM formerly from the Patriots many years ago. And so it seemed like, okay, this guy looks like really good and like the real deal. And I knew that Mick also had Trevor Lawrence, right, who, number one pick in the draft a few years ago, hasn't been terrible in Strat, despite being, in the NFL, again, before this past season, a little up and down. I think his stock has gone down now since. And I was like, boy, I would love to get Stroud. And I had a bunch of draft picks. I had a bunch of draft picks in a draft class that I thought was fairly weak, So it's like, am I just going to draft a bunch of like also-rans here? And, I need a franchise quarterback. What do I do? I mean, if I don't want to sit here with this McCaffrey card and like if I tried to put together like a bullshit team to compete for the year, there was still a good chance I was only going to win 7 or 8 games, because I just had zeros on defense and the offensive line's not great. And if I'm playing a second rate, well, actually, I like that Cincinnati backup quarterback card. What's that guy's name? Was it Browning?
Browning.
Yeah, he actually, I was thinking, I'm going to get that. I'll draft this guy in the 3rd round, and I'll compete with him and have kind of a fun season, and maybe something will happen. But, I really would have preferred to try to solve a long-term quarterback issue the same way I did when I traded for the pick to get Andrew Luck. It's like if you have nobody and you've been investing, picks at the position, and, just like the first time just like before Luck, I had just drafted Mac Jones and I just drafted Sam Darnold. And it's like, well, I'm going to be drafting somebody else here this year or next year or the year after until I hit somebody, right? And so it's like Stroud seemed like a sure thing. So it's like, yeah, I want to try to get him if I can. And I spoke to Mick, and Mick was like, at first Mick was standing pat. He was going to keep both of them, the Tim Bollier system, I guess, And then like a month later, I came knocking again, and we like talked a little bit. And I think someone else had been talking with him, and then and he like decided not to. But I had made him the offer. I don't remember all the details now, Dennis, because it's about 6 months ago. But I think I knew I could get the 23 overall for David Montgomery, because I had David Montgomery on my team, who I liked and who was a good player and had a real good card. But if I had McCaffrey and Montgomery and no quarterback, it's like, if I can move Montgomery for an asset so that I apply somewhere else, that's the way to go,
Yeah.
And I think Dale was 23 overall. And I think it's Dale's team. So he's got a quarterback and receivers, and he wants a running back who's pretty decent, guess right, and this and that, and can do some things. And Montgomery looked like he would kind of fit the bill for him. Montgomery has a pretty good card this year. And I think I'd spoken to Dale, and he had interest, and I thought I could make that trade. So I think I had offered him the 9, the 23, and the 3 second-round picks. And he came very, very close. I think this was just a few days before the draft. He came very, very close, and then was like, no. And then I think the night before the draft, or the Thursday before the draft, I think it was the night for the draft, He said, "What if I added Kenny Clark or something like that?" I forget if I had to add Kenny Clark or if I had to add it in the second round pick. I forget, whichever one. But one of those was like the last piece, and I was like, "Yes." It might have been a 2 because I think I might have. I forget. And he said, and he said yes, and I made the trade, and then it was funny because now I made the trade, and it's like I didn't have Taylor Decker at the time, who was an OLT 5'7", and I didn't have Travarius Ward, who's a left corner 6. And like as you can see, looking at like my defense, a lot of 0s and 4s running around there. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's like, gee, you know, I got CJ Stroud. I keep saying Marcus Stroud. I've got CJ Stroud and Christian McCaffrey, and like and you know, very good receivers. And receivers aren't that important, but you know, when you have a good quarterback, running back, those good receivers seem better.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get the wrong calls, right? So I've got Stroud and McCaffrey and like good receivers and a solid tight end duo. And I'm really going to sit here and do nothing. I'm going to sit here and play with 0s and 4s on defense, and you know what? Maybe go 9 and 8 or something like that. You know, and I have like no pass blocking. You know, so I said no. I said let me make moves for the year. It's not only for this year, but for next year a little bit. Hopefully, I was hoping with Decker in particular. I knew Ward had some problems already, but you know, cornerback 6, and that was a tough deal to make happen. And so I made those 2 trades, and I said, okay, good. Now I feel like this team can go like, you know, 11 and 6. Yeah, I now feel like this team's going to win between like 10 and 12 games, depending on how things come together. And like I started off slow. You know, I beat you, Dennis, in like an incredible luck game. You know, but I started off like 1 and 2, and but then like I kind of figured out how to play with them a little bit better, and I think I had more luck than I didn't. And I mean tonight, I'm in the show. Am I alone here?
I'm here with you.
Okay, but Dennis left. Okay, par for the course. And I'm answering the interviewer, and he disappears in the interview. But but I was going to say par for the course. I mean, I had luck in the postseason. I mean, I had luck here in this game today. I mean, at the end, not so much, you know. But I mean, did you watch the whole game, Michael, or no?
I was there for 3/4 of it. Yeah.
So I don't know if you remember, but in like the middle of the second quarter or so, Jeff's offense is very tough to stop. Mm-hmm. With Lamar Jackson and that short pass right core with the must runs, and a wall of 7s, literally. I think it does it 1-5, and then like all 6s run blocking. So and Moss is okay. So like, you know, if he runs on you, he's gonna hurt you there. And of course Lamar's great flat passing also. But middle of the second quarter, he had like second and like, we think here. He might have like 2nd and 1 at the 4-yard line or something like that. I think it was like 2nd and short inside my 10. And he likes to run a pistol formation. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to assume that Dennis can get back in if he wants, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. I had my own. This is crazy. Hold on 1 second. I've got 2 things going on. Okay. Because I was doing a stream of the show.
Oh, okay.
Just because we didn't know if anyone was doing it, you know?
Yeah.
So I wanted to have something. So now I'm confused as I'm going back and forth between the 2. I got 2 streaming windows open. Okay. But
hey, by the way, before you go on, I just want to make the point that when he came on and asked that very intelligent question about, hey, I think this is the first rookie quarterback who has started in any of the SOMIFA leagues. That question came from me. He didn't attribute it to me, by the way, but I'm gonna take credit for it.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, won the Super Bowl or started the Super Bowl?
Who actually won a Super Bowl? That's what we were joking about. Like, wow, usually when you get up to the top, that's based on teams that basically have had lousy seasons. But that's why he dug in to see exactly how you were able to acquire it. It's been months since we did this, and it's just good to catch up.
I got you, yeah. But like in the game today, he had like second and short or something like that, like the 4-yard line.
Yeah.
And he likes to run the pistol formation, and he had a snap fumble. And I think Lamar's snap fumble is 1
in 1,000, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He had a snap fumble, and I guess because it's a pistol, I guess same thing would happen in the shotgun. Instead of losing just 2 yards, he lost like 10 yards or something like that.
Right.
Like it goes over the guy's head or whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden it was like 3rd and 11 from the 14. I'm like, how did that happen?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that, and then he missed the field goal.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, and it's like I was like, "Whoa, that was huge," you know. And then he fumbles the kick to start the second half.
But
you know,
but if we were talking to him, Tom, he would point to the 4th down that you went for that was guessed wrong. There was only just a couple of rolls on your card, and what came up, the dreaded 5, which basically gave him a score. So he could have pointed to that as well.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I was saying yes. So I said I did say late. I said I had good luck tonight, except for like late, you know. But but I had good luck with that stuff,
of course.
And then, but then late, you know, that was obviously very questionable, and I would say unorthodox decision. You're up by 10 with 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter of the Super Bowl, and you're on 34, and you decide to go for it, you know?
Yeah.
But I felt confident, and I just felt like I wasn't really stopping him. You know, he's not an easy offense to stop.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just didn't like the feel of it, you know?
Yeah.
And I had the right call. You said there was only a couple of things. That was literally the only thing. That was the only thing on my card, which was
it was
a failure, was the dreaded 5, which I rolled. Yep. And then on his card,
mm-hmm.
the only things I could have gotten were I could have got a 4 defensive end -1 or +5, and that guy's a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Then on a 5, I could have missed the block guard 5 or +0. The guy was bumped up to a 5.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. So the only thing I possibly could have gotten was only the dreaded 5 on my card.
Yeah.
And then a 4 or 5 on his card. So I mean, and that is almost 12 units there. There's about a 1 in 7 chance. So it's not like Lamar's 1 in 1,000 fumble, but you know, but at that spot of the game, it was like, oh man, you know, and it's a Super Bowl, right? It's like I'm going to lose on this, you know, when you know I shouldn't really be going for it here, whatever. But you know, by the old fashioned book, and then and then late, of course, yeah. So he stopped me on the dreaded 5, and then of course he recovers the onside kick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he gets the flat pass 2 for 26 yards.
Yeah,
and stuff like. And he got the long gain on Lamar's card, long pass right out of 3 when Lamar only has like 3 and 12, like the only completions or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
A long pass, right? So, but yeah, and I had luck against Tony in the semifinal. So, yeah, no, it feels so it feels good. You know, it feels good. And like I said, this was not my best SOMIFA team by any stretch of the imagination.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had great SOMIFA teams because I had some good teams sandwiched. I had some good teams during Andrew Luck's career,
mm-hmm.
but like I only had like one like good team when he was like healthy.
Yeah,
you know, it's like I had like a really, really good team like the first time that he was like out for the year or whatever.
Yeah,
you know, and I used Brandon Weeden and I went 12-4. But you know, but I said SSFA. I've always had really good teams.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I've been in SSFA for 10 years, and I've always known your rosters to be there to be like really, really good, like top 5 almost every time.
There he is. I was Dennis. I was complimenting your interview style of asking the question and then walking away mid answer.
Well, you have to know your subject. You know, when you're interviewing Tom Cook. You just put something out there, and he can.
That's right.
He can carry it away from.
Yeah, that's right.
I was listening the whole time. I had some ribs in the oven. I had to take out and put the
there you go.
And get back in. So
you had some what in the oven?
Ribs.
Oh, very nice. So those are important. Don't mess those up. But no, but you talk about like Stroud, the rookie quarterback. But I mean, obviously, and we've had some rookie quarterbacks with some good cards or some decent cards. But I mean, this is a like top 2 or 3 type card in the set this year, I think, right? Or top 5?
Yeah, it's a fourth. Ed had it ranked fourth, and Lamar Jackson was ranked second actually. Although I thought Lamar Jackson's must runs were like not as good as you would expect from that type of player. So because you get for 2 through 6 or so, it's good, and then after that, it kind of falls off quickly.
Yeah, and not only that. Remember that one year? I think maybe Lamar's first big year. He also only had the 2 to 6 plus 10 or more, but like 3 and 4 were like plus 35 and plus 30.
Right. Exactly. This year.
No, this year's card is not like that. Actually, I played Jeff, I think, in the playoffs against that card, and I think he hit the plus 30 like 3 times in the. I won the playoff game, it was a high scoring game. I think Lamar hit like the plus 30 must run like 3 times. So, yeah, I was talking about some of the good fortune I had in this game.
Yeah, it was right off the rip. 2 big plays: the long gain to McCaffrey and the receiver reading long gain on DJ Moore's card. So 2-play drive, 75 yards. Hello, welcome to the Super Bowl. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, McCaffrey was amazing in the first half. He had like 10 carries for 133 yards or something like that in the first half. But and Michael, I just told him, since you're back there, I'll mention it again. But like that snap fumble was huge.
Yeah. It went from even if the play would have been no gain, it would have been 3rd and 4 inside at the 6. Instead, it was 3rd and 11 outside the outside the 10. And then I heard you guys talking about the dreaded 5 roll, and then the some of the other good luck. But there was another play that we didn't touch on, and that was because of a setup. I think because of all the short gains on McCaffrey's card, there was a long bomb that you hit on like 4th and 2 or 3rd and 2, where
third and 2.
Yeah, you went over the top, and he had called run, and without the run call there, that was a pass call. It's incomplete. But instead, you finally convinced him to call run against Roshan Johnson, of all people. He wasn't calling run against McCaffrey, but you bring in Roshan for that key 3rd and 2. He goes to the run call, and you go over the top and beat him. That was a huge play, too.
Yeah, that was a 10 plus 34 on Stroud's card. Guess wrong. McCaffrey ended up 21 carries, 184 yards. We had 32 carries, 215 yards as a team. Yeah, I know people don't like to call run, but like first half, I thought he was being a little stubborn on defense with like kind of refusing to call run. And I'm like, and McCaffrey was hitting like short gain after short gain after short gain after short gain. If he had 10 carries, I swear like 7 of them were short gains. Then there was like a long gain in there. There was like a center plus 12 block. And then maybe there was something else in there. But I was like, dude,
Yeah, he wasn't getting any breaks on those guess wrong runs. You were getting full value out of them for sure. I told Michael, I says, I'm sure the defensive coordinator for the Raiders is like, we just keep McCaffrey under 200, we'll be okay. So.
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like most guys that played this way. I feel like McCaffrey's card, that line buck, like you can't just concede the card. You can't concede the run to that card.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to mix a little bit. And second half, he did, and was more effective, I think. But
I just thought the whole first half, you had him off balance. It seemed like every time he was calling pass, you were running it effectively, and when he finally switched up to call run, you were passing effectively. So you had him off balance there. He did to a certain extent against you too, where he would throw to a zone that was vacated, and he was getting some good plays. Michael texted me that it was going to be like a track meet because you guys were going up and down the field, but it settled down in the second half. Obviously, we touched already on the 4th down call that gave him life, but then you had another opportunity to go for it on 4th and 3, and decided to punt.
Yes,
and make him go the length of the field down 7. So talk about the decision making there.
Well, let me ask you first, since you weren't here before, did you think that was absolutely crazy to go for it? 4th and 1, your own 34.
I heard it. I heard the whole thing. Yeah, I totally agree with you. With your guest right runners and the guessed wrong short passing of Stroud. I think that was, you had over 80% chance of making it. Maybe that goes down if he makes the right call, but he didn't. So, and then even then it was like 31 out of 36, even if you just take into account your card. So yeah, no, I agree with the decision. I was just wondering why you switched it up and decided to punt it.
Yeah, the main reason, honestly, the main reason was just feel. It was just I just didn't. I was at his 47, I think, or his 40. I think it's 47. I was 4th down and 3, and I just didn't feel like. A lot of times 4th down, it's like I get there, and I'm like, yeah, I want to go for like I feel good about calling a play here, and in that spot, I just didn't have that feel, and I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm going to punt it. I was up by a touchdown, I think, at the time. And I was like, I know I'm not stopping him, but I will get inside the 20. I'm kind of maybe due to stop him or whatever, I think Jeff can get a little impatient at times offensively, and he's used to just throwing short and long with Lamar, with impunity, so to speak. And I just felt like, yeah, maybe I can, I like the Super Bowl. His team is very tough to stop. In the Super Bowl, I don't think I think his offense played pretty well, but in like the regular season, which I only played him like a month ago, I did a very good job against him, and I just felt like, I just felt like, oh, let me punt it, and then
I could work for it the whole way
and see what happens. And I was fortunate that he went 3 and out there because I don't think I made him. Well, like you said, it was a track meet and it settled down in the second half, but there were not a lot of situations where I felt like I really stopped him and he had to punt or whatever, right?
Yeah, I thought that another point that I wanted to bring up is your locking down Puka Nacua. And he went away from him for a while and was focusing on Brown to try to get the must run since you left him alone with Ward. But there were 3 or 4 times that I can remember where you had him correctly double teamed, and that potentially could have stopped a couple drives on that particular one. That 3 and out, second down was a correct double team on Nacua. So obviously you focused on stopping him as a emphasis of your defense.
Yeah, where did he go to school, Dennis?
Puka Nacua, I don't know. I don't follow college ball. University of Washington.
I'm pretty sure he's an Oregon Duck.
Duck.
And Jeff is crazy about the Oregon Ducks.
Oh, okay. Good.
And and now we all know that the number 1 receivers in Strat, it's hard to get them numbers like you can't in the NFL,
Yeah.
But I remember when I went to play the regular season, I look at the stats, and Nacua had 70 here for the season, 74 catches, over 1,000 yards, 11 TDs. And when I look at that team tendency, it's like he was just all over. It's like the short pass, the long pass. It was like Nacua. He was dominating the things. And I know how Jeff is. And I'm like, I think he just likes to throw it to Nacua a ton. He doesn't care. Kind of like that mentality. And when I played him the first game, I probably double teamed Nacua even more than I did today. When I played the first game, I was double teaming him, and he kept throwing to him anyway. So I was like, I got a 6 on Hollywood Brown, and then his other guys really don't do much. I think that was a weakness on that team of his, is Ingram and Ertz. They're not really bringing a lot to the table short and long, and even Hollywood. It's I know we say receivers aren't that important, or receivers might not be that impactful. But if you don't have at least decent guys, I think you can miss it in big spots. And I just from Jeff's personality and Nacua being from Oregon and his stats during the regular season, I think more so he must have slowed off because I think through 3 quarters he had almost the same stats he has now. But unless that's what I'm looking at, but I just knew he's going to throw to Nacua a ton, especially with his floor on him. So I just said, I'm just going to, same thing the regular season, I'm just going to double team him relentlessly, a ridiculous amount of the time, and
It
and
worked.
and I'm confident that he'll double team him quite a bit.
Yeah,
Although
and that wasn't the only thing. You also had Ertz. You double teamed Ertz a couple times correctly. You double teamed Ingram a couple times correctly. So you were on it with the doubles today.
I got the game winning interception was on a correct double team of Michael Wilson. I did not double team Naku with that play.
Right.
And that was on Lamar's card on 11, which was clean because of the double team. So I was fortunate with that. But yeah, no, I felt fortunate because like I know I got bad luck late with the Roshan Johnson 4th and 1, and of course the onside kick. I was like, okay, here we go, but it's like the luck that I got with the snap fumble and then the kick return fumble. It's like those were like the game was still like you didn't know who was going to take charge of the game. It's like my bad luck happened late, but he already had taken charge of the game. And look, it came down to it came to being a one-score game. I mean, but I had a feeling he was going to recover that onside kick. Dennis. I know you.
Yeah.
I know
talked
you
about that on the broadcast. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Strat needs to change this rule.
But I know you're thinking Mr. Gloom and Doom a lot of times, but I was like, yeah. When I was up 10 and he's driving, I'm like, okay, I know and then Jeff likes the onside kick a lot. I'm like, I know he's going to recover the onside kick. I know it. I was like, let me just please let him use a lot of clock first before he gets this first score if I can't stop him in some way. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, running the football, Dennis. Who knew, right?
Yep, there you go. Offense wins championships. So.
Yeah. When he recovered the onside kick, I almost typed in defense wins championships.
Yeah.
But I decided not to.
By the way, Nancy says congratulations. She was rooting for you. So just want to let you know the Crowley household was all pulling for Tom Cook to win the Super Bowl today. So
tell the ancestor thank you and tell the family I will let Jeff Bevier know that they are Jeff Bevier haters and that they were rooting hard against his Raiders and that they're glad to see him lose.
Well, it would have been fine. It was neat that there was going to be a first-time champion this year in SOMIFA, so that was pretty cool. I think Ed pointed that out, and so I would have been happy for either one of you, but there's a little extra juice there for the Cook.
Yeah, no, yeah, of course. I'm just teasing you. Thank you a lot. Yeah, no, it's I've been in this league for so long, even finally make a Super Bowl, and like I was telling Michael, this is not like I didn't come into the season thinking, oh, look at this team has the look of a Super Bowl champion. You know what I'm saying? Usually some of these rosters, are so much stronger where you look at it and say, oh, this looks like a Super Bowl type team. But I also knew, if you have, a lot of the team had a lot going for it. Like, once that offense got going during the season, and I realized that, I guess not very offensive set in Strat, perhaps. I was like, hey, if you get in there, anything can happen. And really, honestly, some of the keys was, usually when I've lost in the playoffs in SOMIFA, it's been to you or Jay or John Madden, and it's like, well, I didn't have to face any of the guys that usually beat me. I had a very close first round game with Ed, and of course, taking nothing away from Tony or Jeff. I'm just saying historically, as a SOMIFA, to try to make the Super Bowl, I've always lost to you guys. I think I made 2 semifinals. One was I think my first year in the league with Steve McNair, and then one was 7 or 8 years ago with a decent Ryan Fitzpatrick card, and you pummeled me in the semifinals. Do you remember that game?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So.
Well, I was just going to point out too that if you look at the SOMIFA this year, 12 teams were between 10 and 13 wins. So your point about anything could happen once you got in, that really rings true. I bet you if we would just replay these playoffs over again, we could play it 5 or 6 times and have 5 or 6 different champions. That's how competitive it was.
Yeah, we don't need to do that, Dennis. The one champion is good, I think.
Okay, well, just in case. You're looking for something to do if you're bored.
Yeah, no. But no, yeah, you're absolutely right. And then even the teams I played, the good teams, but I felt like you mentioned, yeah, I guess maybe there's more parity or whatever. But like, I don't think my team or Tony's team or Jeff's team or Ed's team, like personnel wise, I don't think any of them are as strong as some of the past like Super Bowl type of SOMIFA rosters that you sometimes see. I don't know if you agree or not.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good point.
So, yeah, so there. So,
Well,
I really happy I won this.
all hail the king.
That's right.
The New York
Absolutely.
Jets, Jets, bring home a championship. Now, I have a chance to join you winning a championship today at 4:30. Autumn wins football facing Ken Briere. So,
Who are you playing against?
Ken Briere, he came in with the Houston Oilers.
He's the huge graphics guy over there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Well, good luck.
Mm-hmm.
You still riding that old plow horse at quarterback?
Yes, Russell Wilson, doing his thing.
I told you, got to rebuild that. I should have dumped that guy a couple years ago.
I'm gonna ride him until he decides to hang it up.
I hear. You
All right,
okay.
We'll go ahead and shut it down here. Any last words, Tom?
No, I was going to ask you more Russell Wilson question. Any last words? I feel very fortunate. This team, I would say, was pretty lucky. They were on the positive side of luck in the regular season, and the positive side of luck in the playoffs. And they were of all my SOMIFA teams. This is not the one that were looked at and said, "Here's your Super Bowl champion." But it works out the way sometimes. So I'm glad. I'm glad it worked out, and I'm glad I have him before McCaffrey disappears. If he does disappear.
Perfect. Sounds great. And we'll look forward to next year. It should be a competitive season. And FSFA upcoming. How's your team looking there? Have you played any games yet?
I haven't. I was sick. That's why the Super Bowl took 2 weeks to play. I got COVID last week. But I've got a very strong SSFA team. Maybe a step below my usual quality, but definitely like they should win 12 plus games. They should win 12 plus games, and they've got a good running back too, Dennis. His name is Christian McCaffrey.
That guy's dangerous.
Yes.
Or at least call run once in a while. So, all right, we'll leave it there. Congratulations also to Jeff. Fantastic season getting there. It's tough to make it to the Super Bowl. It's even tougher to win it, but that's a fantastic season for both your squads, and we're looking forward to see what comes next year in the SOMIFA. So,
and thank you so much for calling, Dennis. My first, and who knows, maybe only. So now there's a record of it.
I'll get that posted up there on the forum.
I can prove that it happened.
Absolutely. We have visual proof.
That's right. All right, later, guys. Later, Michael. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks. Good luck tonight, Dennis.
Yeah, hey, Michael, for the SOMIFA Super Bowl or for the Autumn Win one, just like Anthony's going to broadcast it, and then you guys can join him on his broadcast. Okay.
That's great. That'll be fun.
Okay, I'll talk to you soon.
All right. See you. And please.
Anthony calls the game for you, Dennis.
He does a good job.
Yeah, Anthony Tangora, not Pierce Scala. So.
I know that AJ. Yeah, I don't know that guy. I've just seen his name around. So
yeah, he's good coach, good guy. So.
Yeah. All right, guys. Later on.
All right. Congrats. Bye.